All right, Ben Parker of CardinalSportsReport.com here with Stanford sophomore outside linebacker Ernest R.J. Cooper. First of all, just talk about, I was just talking to Coach April. He says that you're the best version of yourself that you've been. Just what's been the key to you kind of making progress and making the strides that you've been making?
Man, it's really just trusting Coach April. You know, whenever they came in the winter, a lot of guys were very hesitant. But of course, you've seen the guys that Coach April puts in the league. He's been a great mentor for us, and really just trusting his process. He's an absolute mastermind whenever it comes to scheming up offenses, and really just being able to take what he teaches us to heart and being able to implement that, you know, in our day-to-day tasks.
Well, last time I talked to you, I think was after the spring game. Just talk about, in terms of just your comfort level with the defense, how much more comfortable are you with the defense now than when you were even just a few months ago?
I feel like just being able to have that development from spring, having a full summer with the coaches, being able to come in, even have the new freshmen come in, and just really with time it came more naturally, being able to develop and learn the playbook. I feel like really just as the months went on, it came more clearly to us.
Just talk about too, Coach April mentioned that he feels like you guys as a unit, the linebacker unit, inside, outside, and just the front seven as a whole are working really well together. Just talk from your perspective, what's made it so you guys as a front seven unit are clicking as well as you are?
We definitely have a great group of guys. You know, we have Lance, Fredo, David Bailey, Teva, the freshmen, Trey, Gavin, and Omar Staples. Really, we kind of take pride and kind of just been changing the culture around Stanford defense. We want to bring back party in the backfield, and I think having that pride with that has been able to push us, not just in the weight room, but on the field, and trying to get Stanford defense back to where it was. And I think that's really been the main focus of what's been pushing us and motivating us in this new upcoming season.
Just talk about, I've been asking the offensive guys about the differences from you know, last year to this year in terms of offensive scheme, and they seem to be really enjoying what they're doing on offense. From a defensive perspective, what are the main differences, and are you guys having a similar level of enjoyment with the defense you guys are running?
Man, speaking on an offense perspective, they're much faster. You know, Coach Taylor came in, he's going to tempo. He's going to tempo guys. It was really fast. If you come and watch our practices, we're getting, man, 2 to 3 times as many reps as we would last year. Looking at it from a defense perspective, I feel like it's much easier and more organized for certain positions to be able to do their job. I feel like it's much clearer, almost not just from an outside linebacker standpoint, but holistically as a defense, being able to come together.
From your perspective, outside of your own unit, obviously David Bailey is one that's been balling out, I'm sure, but just anybody in the secondary that has kind of caught your eye that's looking really good right now?
Off the top of my head, it's Colin Wright, sophomore now with us. I can't wait to see him play. Just the work that he's put in this offseason, the type of guy he is. He's really stepped up for us in this offseason, and I'm just ready to go see him ball.
And then just in general, man, just what is the excitement level for the first game of the season? How ready are you guys to finally play a real game?
Man, we're 8 days out. Of course, after the finish we had last season, a lot of guys have a chip on their shoulder, as we should, and I think the excitement's through the roof. I can't wait to go out there.
Just in general, how nice is it to have how nice is it to have a period of time where you can just focus on football? School's not starting up for a few weeks. Just how nice is it to just have this kind of period of time where you can just kind of zone in on football and not worry about classes or that kind of stuff?
I feel like that's the blessing of the quarter system. You know, being on these 10-week quarters throughout the year, being able to just focus on football, it's an advantage only if we make it an advantage, right? So of course our other rivals, they're going to be in school. We need to take this time that we have that we're not in school to be getting better. We need to sharpen our craft. We need to keep improving within these weeks that we have before we start school. And I think it's really an advantage that's going to put us over the top.
All right, 2 more questions, then I'll let you go. Do you have a favorite NFL player that you particularly like to watch, or just that you kind of grew up admiring him? Man, I want to play like that guy.
Oh, if I had if I had to give an NFL player, it would probably be Ray Lewis. I don't really have a current player that I watch right now, but just his mentality and the way he attacks the game, I'd definitely say Ray Lewis.
Yeah, for me personally, he's the guy that, if we're talking about who would I least want to get hit by, it'd probably be Ray Lewis.
I don't want to see Ray Lewis in the A gap.
Yeah, that would be kind of frightening. And then kind of continuing on with the theme I've been asking guys. Final question for you: do you have a favorite flavor of Gatorade?
Favorite flavor Gatorade? Oh, that's a rough one. I don't know if I can label it down to one, but it's either gonna be Fruit Punch or Glacier Freeze. It's between those two.
Okay.
It's between those two for me.
Okay. Yeah, for me, Glacier Freeze is pretty high on the list too.
It's really good.
Okay, well that's awesome. So first player to say Fruit Punch or Glacier Freeze. So those two flavors are on the board. And thank you so much, RJ, for taking this time with us at Fall Camp.